Just trying to get the lighting right. Hi everyone. I am wearing my white hat army shirt. You can see Galactic Federation. It's kind of hard to see, but and all my crystals, not all of them, but a lot of them, because it has been, man, it's been a really rough time. And I know that a lot of you have gone through, attacks and ascension symptoms and pretty much all of that. So you'll definitely kind of feel where I'm coming from. I have some pretty big information about what's taking place right now on the planet. We are literally in between the colliding of two worlds right now. And a lot of you are feeling it. Some of you are in the new world. Some of you are definitely anchored in that old world frequency. But today, my intention for this video is to, first of all, help explain what the hell is happening right now at this time. And then secondly, to kind of help give you some context, some information on how to navigate and traverse these extremely polarizing, extremely transformational times that we're in right now. And I think, we could all use as much help and support and advice that we can get. So I want to talk about psychic attacks. I want to talk about the new earth frequencies coming in. And I want to basically relay the story of what happened to me this past week in relation to attacks and hijacking and stalker energy and stuff like that. So I'm going to go into all of that. Before I do, as always, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I want to mention a couple of things before I get into some really heavy information. First of all, if you are a member, please check out the weekly giveaways. And just a reminder to my members, we are officially transferring all memberships from YouTube memberships over to my own censorship-free membership platform called the Cosmic Society. It's beautiful, it's incredible. I definitely could not have done that without my wife and my team. So that's really great. So just kind of being aware that by the end of December, all YouTube memberships are going to be fully transferred over to the new membership platform. I will still be on YouTube. I will still be doing the Monday live videos, but if you actually want deeper, hard-hitting, uncensored content, then you want to check out the membership platform. And there's a free membership there as well. Also, we are starting to do a live chat every Saturday on the membership platform, so check that out. That is available to all members, even non-paying members, so that's a really great kind of offering. And then I'm very, very excited to announce that we are doing the Cosmic Gateway event again this December 21st. And I'm going to talk about December 21st as well today, because a lot of the psychic attack energy that is taking place, a lot of the dark entities that are roaming around right now are actually based on what's taking place and what's going to take place for December 21st. So if you are interested, it is a 4, maybe 5 hour long event where you get a 25-page workbook, and we do a burning ceremony. We let go of the past. We manifest the new. There's a coaching call. There's a Galactic Federation event. I mean, it's like a ton of things all in one, and it really gears us up for the new year. So it's all about setting those intentions, releasing the past. So check that out, Cosmic Gateway 2022, and not surprisingly, the price for that is $22. It's pretty affordable, and it's going to be a really epic event. With every live ticket purchase, you automatically get access to the recording. So you can't go wrong. If the timing doesn't work out for you, you get the recording anyway. So keep that in mind. And then last but not least, our very last Galactic Federation event is happening this week, December 11th. So I'm very excited to kind of tune into the energies of this past year and then definitely talk to them about what the hell can we expect for the year of 2022. So I think that's going to be very interesting. So definitely check that out. Okay, without further ado, let's just dive into kind of what's going on right now. So, I mean, everything that could possibly happen has happened this past week. Okay, so basically, someone who used to be a moderator for my Discord and my YouTube channel, so obviously a fan, a follower, you know, someone who's been really active and avid, started to basically like come to my place and wait outside and wait for me to come out. And he was like messaging me probably, you know, 20 to 50 times a day on Instagram messages. I don't really check my Instagram messages, but last Tuesday I felt intuitively drawn to check that person in particular and those messages. And basically, he was saying, like, I'm outside, I've been waiting for you, you're the love of my life, we're meant to be together, I've been talking to your spirit guides. And then he mentioned a gun, and he mentioned something about, you know, it wasn't a direct threat, but something like, you know, I've had to restrain myself because of the incident with the gun the other day. And I think that is what really kind of triggered me into feeling unsafe. So I did get the police involved, and I have had multiple other experiences with this kind of energy. And you know, if you're a, you know, a light worker or a therapist even, or a life coach or an energy worker, you'll know that when you see someone for who they are, a lot of people aren't used to being seen in that way. So I've had a lot of experiences where clients, people who have taken my courses and that I've worked with one-on-one, have experienced that, where they really truly believe that I am the love of their life. And it's been very complicated, and up until now, I've never been able to get any sort of authorities involved because they've always been in different countries, different states, and what have you. So this guy lives, you know, pretty much 30 minutes away from me, 20 minutes away from me. So I did get them involved, and I did file a report, and that was very, you know, difficult for me to do. And after I filed this report, I felt really sad. I felt so sad. And I wasn't sure why I felt so sad within myself. Now, typically, you know, if there's some sort of threat or there's a feeling of being unsafe or being stalked or being watched or what have you, typically, like, my kind of divine masculine energy, my protection sort of frequency gets all kind of riled up, and I feel, you know, I feel like fighting rather than sad. So I had to check into this energy of sadness, and basically what it came down to was shedding this layer of feeling the need to support myself. Now I'm going to get really personal, and I'm just going to tell you a story of something that happened with me when I was younger. So I've experienced abuse before, and when I was 14 years old, 14, I was in grade 8 at the time, and my stepsister's fiance, so my stepsister was about 10 years older than me, so 24 at the time, and then she had a fiance that was around 30. And so I would play this online video game, kind of like World of Warcraft, but where you get to be like a superhero. I don't know what it's called. And so he kind of got me into that. Like, this, my stepsister's fiance got me into playing this game. And I didn't realize it at the time, but he was grooming me while we were playing this game, you know, acted as my best friend. And then the conversation turned sexual. And essentially, he asked for a picture of me, some sort of sexual picture. I ended up sending him a picture. It wasn't like super, super, crazy bad, but it was a picture. And all of a sudden, I'm getting called down to the living room at like 13, 14 years old. And my family is saying, how could you do this? Why would you do this to us? Why would you break up your sister's relationship? You're an awful person. I mean, I'm sure they didn't say that, but that's what it felt like. And I didn't really know what was happening. And basically, what took place was my stepsister ended up finding this photo. He said, "Oh, she's been coming on to me. She's been seducing me." And what I assumed was that because of prior sexual abuse incidents, what it felt like, and I'm sure I was just a kid, so I don't really know where they were coming from with this. But basically, what it felt like was, well, you're obviously always the common denominator. This is not the first time that it's happened. You've got to be to blame for this, which is insane to think that, a 13, 14-year-old is to blame for a 30-year-old and that dynamic. So I basically got blamed for the whole situation. That created a ton of trust issues within me. And I said, okay, cool. Well, if my family does not back me up on this and I can't trust them, then I can't trust anyone. And so I didn't know what to do. I felt completely blamed. I felt awful about the situation. This is when I became very depressed, suicidal. And I kind of spawned on me that I can actually print out the whole conversation that me and this guy, my stepsister's fiance, have had. So I printed out the whole conversation, the dialogue. I handed it to my dad and stepmom. And next thing I knew, the police were called. And I still thought that I was in trouble. They never came to me and said, "We're so sorry that this took place. We're so sorry that this happened." There was never that sort of energy. So when the police came to the house, I still thought that maybe I was getting arrested. Maybe I'm, this awful person. And obviously, they could read the conversation, saw that he was grooming me the whole time, saw that he pretty much threatened, if you don't send me this photo, then we're not going to be friends anymore. And, I'm not going to talk to you ever again, and things like that. So anyway, so then there was a warrant out for his arrest. He lived in New York, like New York City. And ever since then, I have not trusted the system. I have had major trust issues within my family. It's way better now. But I have been such a rebel. And like I've told you guys, 5 years ago, I would have been leading the charge on anti-mask, anti-vax. I would have been putting together protests. I would have been yelling at the top of my lungs. I would have been riling all of you up. I mean, I took politics, global political economy in university specifically because I wanted to know where the corruption was held. I was creating art with, injections of RFID chips and fear into the brain. Like, I mean, I was all up in that world. And the sadness that I felt, which was really bizarre, and I wanted to kind of just relay this story, is that for the first time ever, I called the police. They showed up, they took a report, and they really listened. Like they really showed up for me. And for the first time ever, I felt this sadness of, I don't have to be alone anymore. And I think as starseeds, and it makes me emotional, but as starseeds, we feel so alone. And yeah, we have this community, but it is a very lonely journey. It feels like you are the only one with your perception. You are the only one who understands what's really taking place on this planet. And for the first time ever, I actually called upon the 3D matrix system. And the matrix actually showed up for me. And for the first time ever, I realized I actually have way more tools than I thought I had to support me. I didn't feel as alone, which was kind of weird to say. But I've always been doing it myself and supporting and holding space for everyone else. it's been just very confrontational, I think. And I've been going through a lot of healing and growth and release. And what I basically felt that I was doing this past week was, I called it 4D shedding. Because that's what the 4D is. The 4D is the conspiracy, it's the dark agendas, it's the fight against the system. And I think that there was still a part of me that was saying, I feel guilty for utilizing the system. I feel guilty for not fighting it and not riling people up and not spreading all this information about this other side of things and the agendas and all of that. So I had to shed a lot this past week. So I want to give you the 3D, the 4D, the 5D version of what took place this past week. The 3D version is, there's this guy and he probably suffers from mental health issues, and at a 3D level he is for sure going through a psychosis in thinking that I'm talking back to him telepathically and we're having this conversation, and his spirit guides say that we are twin flames and we're meant to be together, and on and on and on. So at a 3D level, there's a stalker who is clearly going through mental health issues, and that's the 3D level. At a 4D level, and which I know for sure, I mean, we need to realize that 3D, 4D, 5D are all simultaneously coexisting. 3D level is for sure happening. 4D level is, there is clearly an entity that has come into this guy's body and is working through him to come after me, to lower my frequency, to make me feel unsafe so that I'm taken off track, especially just getting to LA and instantly feeling like I'm not safe here. 4D level, for sure, it's happening, okay? But when we only look at the 3D and the 4D levels of this reality, it's very easy to feel like a victim. Why would this guy attack me like this? Why would he wait outside and sleep in his car for 4 days, waiting for me to come out like this? That's not fair to me. Why is this entity coming through him and psychically attacking me? You know, that's not fair. I have work to do. Why is this happening? But when you go to that 5D level, you take a step back from all of the chaos and the craziness of these different layers, you ask yourself the question, why did I create this? Why did I contract this? When someone's texting in their car behind you and rear ends you because they're answering some stupid text, that's not just their fault. You created that too. And it is extremely difficult in this reality to take ownership over every single aspect of our life, because a lot of our life feels out of our control. I didn't ask this guy to do this, right? But at a much higher level, I created all of this, the good, the bad, the ugly. The reason why I created this entire experience is to shed this layer of feeling alone, to actually ask for help and to have help arrive. I am so beyond grateful for this experience. I am so beyond grateful for this guy who allowed himself to be a vessel for this experience to take place. This is the exact same feeling that I felt when I got, basically accosted and punched in the face and my phone stolen from me in the jungles of Panama. I could say, well, why did that guy, out of thousands of festival goers at this, tribal festival in Panama, why did he choose me? Why did I have to be the one who was beat up? I created that. I cleared past lifetimes upon going through that. It might sound bad to say that you're never the victim, but I truly believe that. And one thing that I'm struggling with is I'm so good at looking at that higher picture It's so easy for me to go right to, well, what's the lesson behind this? But what I've really learned this past week is it's okay to feel shitty. It's okay to feel into those emotions. It's okay to surrender to that. That's what I'm not used to. I feel like sometimes when I go to that higher place, there's a bit of bypassing those layers. I feel like to truly master our reality, we have to observe all of the layers objectively, but not just observe them, but feel into them. So on top of that, I've had a constant migraine every single day, nonstop this week. I've had stomach issues, bladder issues, base root chakra issues. I've had skin issues. I've had aches and pains all over my body, appetite issues. I mean, I've had hot and cold spells. Not to mention that when I actually removed myself from this entity that's through this guy, I started getting psychically attacked in my dreams. Non-stop dream attacks. It's been full on. So when I tapped into the energy of what the hell is taking place, of course we have the eclipse energy that just happened on Saturday. And the eclipse energy always brings change and transformation. So please keep that in mind. Now, not only that, but something else that came through was a couple of months ago, I think it might have been in August or September, the Galactic Federation, during one of the GFL 11 events, they came through and they were talking about these like pulses of dark energy that were happening. Oh yeah, this is what it was. Basically the dark agendas, okay, whatever you want to call them, they were pulsing out this vibrational frequency, and this vibrational frequency was opening up all of these portals, allowing dark entities to come through portals to basically attack the starseeds. So I want to let you know that they just did this huge pulse, this energetic pulse again on the planet to try and take us down. It could be an attack in your dreams. It could be an attack during the day. It could be some clairaudient, weird, effed up stuff that you're hearing. It could be nighttime attacks. It could be what I experienced, which was a full possession and that person projecting, gaslighting, attacking you through another person as well. Please be aware of this. Now, I've had enough experiences with possessions and people physically attacking me, whether that be like abuse or otherwise, to understand that it's not their fault. Yeah, I mean, maybe they can take responsibility for getting their vibration to a low level, or, drugs and alcohol will lower your vibration. And in that low vibrational state, something can come through them and basically utilize them as a vessel to get to you. But I have no ill will towards this person. I understand that he was just a vessel for them to use, right? So it actually helps to relieve a lot of the personal feeling of, how could my uncle do that to me? How could my brother-in-law do that? Or whoever that is to you that has been attacking you. Just understand that it's actually not them. That they are so unaware that they have no idea what's taking place at that time. And that actually allows us to heal a lot faster. All right, so just keeping that in mind. So once again, lots and lots and lots of psychic attacks happening on all of the layers, at all of the fronts right now at this time. The reason why they're hitting us now is to prevent us from utilizing the December 21st portal in order to amplify our frequency. If we go into December 21st with high vibes, like gratitude in our heart and unconditional love in our frequency, we are amplifying that, and I just got full body chills, into the new year, into 2022. If we are attacked, if we are taken down, like, I felt so exhausted this past week, like an exhaustion that I've never felt before. And when I tuned into it, I saw that these entities, these parasites, were feeding off of my life force energy. And I guess I just didn't catch it because I've been so caught up in working with all of these things that have been going on. And so when entities, parasites, whatever feed off of that life force energy, you're exhausted. You can barely get through your day, let alone do energy work, let alone hold the frequency of unconditional love. So please be aware that psychic attacks are on the rise and will be continuously on the rise leading into December 21st and potentially beyond that into the new year, to prevent us from being able to manifest new vibration and frequency moving into that new year. All right? So be aware of that. And yes, here's what I recommend. Really be diligent, really be aware, use your discernment in all of the ways. Utilize crystals. I've been wearing my crystals almost every day. I specifically am drawn to my Palladian, my angelic crystal mala, and then also my New Earth physical crystal mala. I've been wearing these constantly. They've been helping me with the migraines, with the anxiety, with the exhaustion, and just absorbing that darkness. I do recommend using white light frequency, energy, visuals, vibrations, and saging a lot, but mostly just really keeping your eyes open and using your discernment and moving forward and being fully well aware that psychic attacks are on the rise right now at this time. I truly believe kind of stepping into the new year, things are going to settle down a bit, but this stuff always happens in waves. So please be aware of that. Now, the other thing that's taking place simultaneously, which is a lot to undergo, is upgrades. So many of us are getting incredible upgrades. Now, I want to let you know that upgrades right now at this time are actually more so shedding. This is what I call shedding. All of your old beliefs, all of your old attachments, all of your greatest fears are all being confronted right now at this time in order for you to shed them and let go of those layers. All right? So be aware that you're going to get challenged, you're going to get confronted, and it's a really beautiful thing. So even though we all like to say, ooh, upgrades and ascension, and I'm going to be more psychic, and I can talk to my guides and all this beautiful rainbow stuff, it's not exactly that pretty, all right? And it usually never is. But what I've noticed in almost everyone I've talked to is this absolute confrontation of the deepest layers of repeated cycles, repeated patterns, and past lifetimes. So be aware that you're going to also get hit hard with tons of ascension symptoms. And that's really difficult. So I want to say that in the past week, I have zero clue what has been a part of ascension symptoms and releasing old energy and karma and traumas, and what has been a part of the psychic attack. Like I cannot discern right now between what's been going on because it's been full on for at least 8, 9, 10 days now. I've been in bed for so long, doing work and other things and kind of being productive. Of course, the migraine doesn't help, but like my ass hurts. That's how long I've been in bed for. All right. So, I don't know. I cannot tell you the difference between the ascension symptoms, but like I mentioned, headaches, fatigue, weird hot and cold issues, body aches and pains, like just random body aches and pains are huge. Like weird emotional states coming up, like I said, sadness, extreme happiness, extreme terror, fear, anxiety, even just like a feeling of depression is all super normal at this time. And like I mentioned, for the next month, it is so important that you get this validation here and then you spread that validation to other people that you really love and care about, friends, family members, whoever that you care about who's going through it. Maybe send them this video. Maybe if this video is too much for them, relay to them that, oh yeah, there are portals opening, there are energies moving, and you're just feeling all of that, and it's totally normal. Because last night I had such an incredible stomach ache. Like, I can't even tell you, it's the most random thing. I've been on a juice fast. What is going on? Such a bad stomach ache, I wanted to go to the hospital. Like, I don't, just the most random things. And luckily I ended up getting to bed at 2:30 a.m., and passed out. But it's just know that having this validation, knowing that it's normal, knowing that you're going to get through it is everything right now. All right. So what I recommend is a body detox. All right. If you have been feeling sluggish, if you've been feeling kind of gross, if you've been feeling uneasy, if you've been feeling like kind of even a lack of motivation when it comes to food, I really recommend a body detox. Now, listen to your body. This may or may not be right for you. I highly recommend intermittent fasting. It is probably the safest way to get your body to detox and then also to get your cells to heal. The supplement regimen that I'm on right now, that could change at any time. I've been on it for about a month, and maybe not a month, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. I've been taking zeolite. I've been taking activated charcoal. I've been taking, I have it on my desk. Hold on. Oh, folic acid, which helps with repairing the cells and the DNA. And then I've been also taking magnesium. That's just what resonates with me. I don't take supplements all the time. I just listen to my body to see what it needs. If you want a full body detox and a full cellular DNA repair, I recommend taking a look at zeolite, folic acid, activated charcoal, and magnesium. And it's been incredibly helpful. I've also been going to get massage every single week. And that's been incredibly helpful, and it's been helping my body release the traumas that have been stuck in the body. Tons of water, lots and lots of water. Even if you don't want to take the supplements, water, intermittent fasting, which means 16 hours not eating and 8 hours eating. This is pretty easy when you wake up maybe like a little bit later. It can be difficult when you wake up earlier, but just kind of keep that in mind. I usually stop eating at around like 8 or 9 p.m. and then I'm not eating until around 2 p.m. the next day, and that is typically the 16 hours off, and then the 8 hours on is from 2 to 8 p.m., which is that works with my schedule and my body. So just keep that in mind. But please give your body what it asks for. If you need to lay in bed, if you need to drink hot cocoa, if you need to take a walk, if you need to just abandon your emails for a couple days, do it. All right, just listen to your body. I have one last message that I want to relay, and I just saw 3333. Love that. And before I get to the message, once again, share this video if it resonates with you. Like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more great information. Please check out the Cosmic Gateway event. It is going to be so freaking powerful, and I am so ready to get into it and do it with all of you. And then also check out the very last Galactic Federation event that is taking place on December 11th. I have so many questions to ask them, and I am very excited to deep dive into not only just the energies of 2021, but what exactly we can expect for 2022. All right. Last but not least, I have to remind all of you, because I've been reminding myself of this pretty much every day this past week, which is you signed up for this. You came to this planet for a reason. And thank you for that beautiful super chat. You have all of the tools, even in the darkest moments, Even when you are looking at the government mandates and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell is happening? Why is this taking place? Who am I really? Why am I here? Even when you don't know anything at all, just know that your soul could be anywhere right now. Your soul could have signed up for any incarnation, any body, all over the universe. But you chose to come to this planet right now, at this time, in this form, during this crazy chaos that we are experiencing. You did this for a reason, because you are a part of the transition. You are a part of the ascension, and we need you. And the best thing that you can do is A, take care of yourself, mind, body, spirit, and B, hold on, I had a really good B. Find neutrality always. This is an increasingly polarizing reality. This is an increasingly frustrating time to exist. But the more that you can find objective observation, the more that you can find neutrality in your heart, the clearer and clearer you become, and the higher and higher the vibration you are in. So I really love and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, as always, for being here. Thank you for your love, your super chats. Thank you for holding space for me. Thank you for being a member. I'm not used to feeling this way. I'm not used to being vulnerable. I'm not used to not feeling great every day, all the time. And I think it was really important for me to let you guys know that it's been rough. And I'm just so grateful that I have you as a community, and I don't feel alone. And I am shedding that 4D layer, and I am really allowing myself to utilize the tools that I have. And you guys are a part of that. So I'm just so grateful. Have an amazing rest of your day. Check out some of my other videos and podcast episodes if you've missed them. They're all really great and so aligned for all of you at this time. There are plenty of resources out there, and it's time that we start asking for help and utilizing them. As always, I will see all of you in the 5th dimension frequency.